Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Brains at Work, designing work for every brain. I'm Carla, I'm your host, and I work with people and organizations to change the way we work one neuron at a time. Today, I want to ask you a simple question. How many times have you started something knowing that you couldn't fail? How many times you have been anticipating in your mind the result of an action, in particular of an expectation? How many times in your mind you have kind of anticipated that a tragic outcome was going to happen for a task you were working on? This is quite common, isn't it? You all have got some anxiety, which by definition is anticipation. That's what anxiety is anticipating the future.
And generally is not a positive future, otherwise it wouldn't be a pathology, right? It wouldn't be a disruption. It would be nice to think about the future as roses and marshmallows and wonderful outcomes for everything we do.
When we are victims of anxiety, what we do is that we anticipate what is going to come next in a negative way, of course, in a catastrophic way. It's like the collection of all the worst possible outcomes for what we are doing. And this comes with consequences because it activates our amygdala, our sense of fear, our processing systems that work with fear of the future, and therefore we may not even act. We may not even act. I'm going to say it again. In the sense that you may auto sabotage yourself, self sabotaging the actual potential positive outcome of your actions by not even starting it. Or another very common pattern is to start being in the quest for perfection. And if perfection is not there, then I'm not going to even start. This is common.
Oh my god, she's talking about me. I know.
Well, I'm talking about many. You are not alone, first of all. And you are even less alone if your brain is neurodiverse. Oh, yes, because this is very known and it has a particular meaning when it comes to neurodivergent individuals, but it's very common also for non neurodiverse individuals, just for everyone, to have developed a sort of rejection sensitivity dysphoria. This is how it's called. What does this mean? That you are so scared of failing, of making a mistake, of being called out for the mistake you have made. And if you are neurodiverse, you have been raised with a large 30% plus negative comments from your family, from your teachers, from your mentors, from your peers. So you are kind of already almost sure that it's going to go bad. So it's not even at the level of anxiety or anticipation of a negative future. You somehow know that you are starting with a disadvantage and you are so sure that it's going to go bad that you already anticipate the pain. And whenever anyone makes a negative comment on us, if you are neurodiverse, this can result in an explosion of physical pain, on an emotion that translates into a body reaction so strong that is close to any other form of pain, as if you have been hitting the couch with your foot, for example. And there is a very good reason for this. First, because you have a sort of learned inability to function like everyone else. So you know that you're going to make a mistake at some point, and so it's going to be painful, and you already know that, and your body is prepared for that. Second, because it's a form of memory. So your body remembers how many times you have been hurt by negative comments. And the third point is that emotional pain activates into our brain the exact same patterns, the same circuits that are activated by physical pain. This is really true. Next time one of your friends is calling you in pain and in tears because it's heartbroken, because this has not been working out, because they have got a negative comment at work or a performance review that was particularly negative, and they are feeling sick, trust them. Trust them, believe them, because they are right. Whenever your brain experience emotional pain, so being rejected, being diminished, being offended by the words of someone else or the actions of someone else, not just words, but also actions, this activates the same response to pain that we have in the case of a physical accident. And this is incredibly powerful if you think about it, because your words have an importance, your words have a meaning, and they have consequences that you can think about and you don't, and also that you should think about and you haven't yet. So, why this is important in a business context? Because giving feedback is a skill, is not a engraved ability that we have. It's a skill that you need to develop. It's a sensitivity you need to develop. It's an empathy system that you have to practice, because not everyone is there to be pushed. Not everyone is there to accept negative comments with a smile and saying, okay, great, I'm going to go back, I'm going to fight more. Not everyone.
This doesn't work for most, actually. There are very few people who like to be challenged like that, and not by anyone, but mostly by someone they have a good esteem of.
Either you are an exceptional leader, exceptional with integrity, with competence, you are the best in your category yourself. Otherwise, put on some satin gloves before giving feedback to your coworkers and do it in an appropriate manner, because nobody wants to be spoke to as, an animal.
No, no, no. There needs to be respect, there needs to be empathy, there needs to be understanding, and it has to be constructive and not destructive.
Yeah? Okay. I hope the message came through straight, loud, and clear. And I am looking forward to our next episode. Let us know in the comments if you were aware of it, if you knew it, if you have been practicing it before. Let me know, and see you next time.